Hello everybody, my name's John and welcome to Crazy Days Homestead. I come down to see the cows this morning, and as you can hear that ticking in the background, I want to show you what I found. The fence was shortened and you never know what it's going to be, but this one was kind of different, so I'll show you what it is. I hope you can see that. You see that bee right there? Well, that bee is making the short from the fence to the fence post. So I'll have to fix that here in a minute, but I'm running a little late this morning. So I got a couple things I'm going to do here real quick before I have to go to work. So I thought I'd bring you along. I didn't get a chance to do a video yesterday. I had a bunch of people here from the state looking at my timber job. Basically, from all the disturbance of the timber job, there was a bunch of invasives now that are coming around, and I needed to start a plan to, what's the word I'm looking at here? To start to control them. I don't think you can ever really get rid of invasives, but you got to keep them controlled to a point. So I'll bring you along with some of that as this develops. Of course, working with the government, nothing happens overnight. So we'll take a look at that when the time comes. I got to grab some flags here real quick. I got some more seeds. More seeds I'm gonna plant. I literally have like 15 minutes here this morning before I have to get ready for work. But I thought, well, I'm gonna go out and get some fresh air, enjoy the sunshine, even though I think they said it's supposed to be like a high of 93 or something today. But I figured I'll get some sunshine, plant some seeds for tomorrow. It's that old saying, when's the best time to plant a seed or a tree? Was yesterday. So here's what I got. I got some peach seeds and some dark red cherry seeds. So we're gonna go plant these real quick. What I try to do for me, because of the animals and stuff like that, I try to keep them semi close to the stream down here in the bottom, the creek bottom, because I don't ever let the animals get too close to them, or too close to the stream rather. So they shouldn't get any disturbance or get like nibbled off or whatever, unless the deer get them, which that happens too. But there's only so much you can do about that, I guess. You know, deer and goats are very similar. If you haven't pondered that, what they eat is very, very similar. And their body shape and everything is even kind of similar. So, all right, I'm gonna walk down here and find a spot to start planting these, and I'll bring you along once I get there. All right, here we go. Okay, so you can see I planted another peach seed about 8 feet away over there. And I've had pretty good luck planting peach seeds with getting them to grow. So I put them about, I'd say 2 inches deep. Now this soil down here in this creek bottom is pretty sandy, so it gives them a good chance to get rooted and get up out of the ground. I don't get too worried about, like, I'm actually planting these what in reality would be, they'd be too close together. But this soil's so sandy down here that if I get them to germinate and they decide to grow, I can dig them back up pretty easily. Now these flags, if you've ever used these surveyor flags, they'll last about a year as far as the orange flag part. But then usually the UV gets to them and they end up breaking down and falling off. But this metal tab here will last at least a couple years. So if you kind of have a general idea where you plant them, then you can come back and find them later. So I've got those 2 cherries planted. And then here's the one I planted the other day, and I try to plant the same species in the same spot. That way, if I decide to leave them, they have a pollinator, and if I decide to dig them up, I know what's what. And this one, you can see here, I labeled this one peach, so I know this is a peach spot. Now, I'm going to go plant some more cherry seeds. I planted a bunch of them up here the other day, and I got about 7 or 8 minutes left here. So I'm gonna run up here. The creek is just looking great. The stream project they did, it's really looking good. You can see how the bank is built up, and it's keeping the creek centered where we want it to be without it washing out the banks and stuff. So it turned out good. All right, stand by. Here we go. I wanted to tell you here real quick. I only got a minute, but this is a good example. Sometimes I'll just grab a handful of black oil sunflower seeds and I'll throw them around. And here I got a sunflower to come up. There's another thing. One day I had some gourd seeds. And I just come down here and plopped a few of them in the ground. You can see the gourds are growing down here by the creek in this sandy soil. And there's really not much dirt down here. You can see this one here. I planted them up in there and they're growing. So they might amount to something, they might not. That's okay. All right, stand by. Right there's the stream. And this is part of the embankment that they did. And you can see all this red crimson clover coming up on top here where we seeded everything. I absolutely just love crimson clover. A lot of people don't like it because it's an annual, but if you let it go to seed, it will reseed itself. All right, so you can see here's a flag. There's a flag up there. And there's some flags going down through here. I planted them in a row. So I'm just going to continue to plant these cherry seeds in between these flags. And then next year we'll see if anything comes up. Now remember, cherry seeds need to go through what's called the stratification process, which basically means they need to go through a winter cycle to be able to germinate. And I have no idea if these seeds are going to grow or not. But they might, so why not plant them? They're free. And I might get 20 cherry trees, and then I can dig them up and move them where I want them, or leave them here, or whatever I want to do. So, all right, I got 5 minutes here. I got to get these planted. Stand by. All right, now I thought I'd show you guys how I plant these cherry seeds. And I don't get too worked up about it being just perfect. This is my everyday carry fixed blade knife. All I do, stick my knife in the ground, wiggle it around a little bit, put a seed in, close it up. I stick it in there about that much, about an inch. Stick the seed in there, close it up. Now, yes, it dulls your knife, but I got one of those work sharpeners, so it doesn't really bother me. I just sharpen it whenever I get back, or whenever I remember, because sometimes I forget. But that's it. Just get them in the ground, because they're not going to grow if you don't plant them. All right, let's see if I can turn this. There we go. All right, so I'm going to plant some more over here. Now, some of this dirt here is still settling from when they did the stream work. Sometimes when I put my knife in, it goes down like right there. It went down like 6 inches. So then I just take some dirt and fill the hole up. Put the seed in, cover it up, good to go. All right, stand by. Now just a little side note, so I'm headed back to get ready for work here. Just look at all this nice red clover. These hay fields are coming in pretty nice. I put a bunch of horse manure on this field last fall, and it's finally, I think, starting to help a little bit. But here in central PA, we've been getting a lot of rain, and we need some sun to get that grass growing. I'm hoping to make another cutting of hay here before winter gets here. So hopefully that'll work out. Plus the other, like, we haven't had 3 days. We really need 4 days without rain to make hay here because the ground's so wet. But, oh, I forgot to show you this. So over here, another, you can see this gourd plant is just going crazy in here. I think I planted some seeds right about there. But it's just going crazy, so. And it's not, I just plant stuff. I have this thing for seeds, I don't know. I think it's some sort of hybrid gene, but I gotta plant them. I don't know why, I just do. So I keep a lot of seeds, and a lot of times I get so many of them I can't plant them all. But I plant as many as I can. All right, there's the firewood pile we're gonna get started on here at some point. Jim Bob, I'm gonna have to borrow your splitter, because that crap there is like, that's a Roger size lifting stuff. So I'm probably gonna have to set it on the splitter with a tractor bucket. Well, I can saw it in half with the chainsaw, I guess. Anyway, all right, let's go see the pigs. Here we go. Stand by. All right, the rain last night filled up Mama's pig wall there pretty good. Let's check her water. It should be good, but it's half full, so we're good for that right now. Let's check her feed. Well, she's got plenty of feed. All right. Hey, Red. You gonna come out and say hi? Everybody's anxious to see you. How you been there, Mama? Huh? I haven't seen you in a couple days. How's those babies doing? Well, you can see the babies. They're getting big. I would say they're a solid 10 pounds or so now. Oh, and I finally counted them the other day. Oh, they're getting in the wall. Let me see if I can get close. So you can see, even at, well, let's see, Tuesday, that'd be 14. Wednesday be 15. Thursday be 16. Friday be 17. Yeah, so they're, if my math's correct, they should be 17 days old right now. And you can see that mud's deep. They don't have any problem getting in and out of there. And I did figure out there is 6 males and 2 females that are left. When she had them, if I remember correctly, the ones that died, it was almost like a 50-50 mix of males and females. I think there was one more male than a female, but the other ones that died were mostly females, but that's okay. So Red, she's chowing down. It's really hot, so pigs mind the heat. If you raise pigs, they have to have a cold place. So if you don't have like a really well shaded area or some cold concrete for them to lay on, they have to have a wallow. That's the only way they can cool themselves down. Oh, Red. That rain probably soaked up all your feed. Do you like it that way? The feed will ferment when it starts to get wet, and pigs love fermented food. Now, we've been feeding her well, let's see, probably around 20 pounds of feed a day. And she's been eating it all. Now, the little pigs eat some of it, but they don't eat nearly as much as Mama. And you can see these big mats of mud on her from her laying in her wallow. She's in and out of that thing all day long. But when it gets real hot, they get pretty lazy. Alright, so the babies went back in their pen. Let's go over and see if we can get a little bit of video. They're still pretty leery of me. My thought process is, because we got to castrate these things here pretty directly, but I'm going to put a couple boards across the front of this, and we'll get them locked in there. And then I'm going to try and put a fence across here, electrified, to keep Mama on the other side. So we'll load them in a blue Rubbermaid tub. We'll hand them over the fence, get them over there to that green shed. We'll castrate them, and then we'll bring them back in and give them to Mom. All right. Well, what happened here? I don't know. All right, so that's good. The raspberries are pretty much over. You can see we didn't really get a good crop this year. Raspberries need some good sun to ripen properly. All right, I gotta go over here and throw some hay into the cows, and then I gotta go and get ready for work. So here we go. Stand by. All right, now we've been leaving the hay here in the green shed. because of all the rain we've been having. Oh, that's the other thing. Wow, that doesn't matter. We've been leaving the hay here in the green shed because all the rain we've been having, and I wear my gloves because around here, so horse nettle is pretty prevalent around here, and I have a little bit of horse nettle in my hay, which the animals don't mind it. They just spit it out if they don't want to eat it. But the horse nettle has really fine little like hypodermic needles on it. And sometimes when you're handling the hay, those things will get stuck in your fingers, and sometimes they're almost impossible to see. But anyway, I wear gloves to feed them hay. So let me see if I can set you guys up outside here somewhere. All right, I know the lighting's not the best, but this is the best place I found to put you. So stand by. Here we go. Now, I'm going to try and get some fly spray on these guys. So I'm going to feed them right here by these boards. Because I sprayed them with some fly spray lately, and they're getting a little leery of me. But usually if I can keep them occupied, now I use this, what's this stuff called? Nature's Force Natural Fly Repellent. And believe it or not, I think I got this at Royal, I got this at Royal King. That stuff actually works really good. And the nice thing about it is, the recipe's right here on the side. So once you use it, you got a spray bottle and you can just make your own. All it is essential oils and isopropyl alcohol. So my theory is that once the alcohol evaporates, then the oils stay on them, but it really keeps the flies down on them pretty good. Now these two over here, if they wouldn't be such scaredy cats and I could coat them down real good, they'd be a lot happier. The bull here, he's not obviously not as afraid of me, but he hardly has any flies on him. And Trav's cow here, she's doing pretty good. She's got a flu flying around her, but they're not really on her so bad. But I figured, well, any little bit helps. Now, my wasp situation over there that was shorting out the fence, it quit ticking. So either one of two things happened. It either burnt in half and fell off, or the wind blew it off the post. You know, I don't know what time it is. I should try and move that. I don't have time today. It's going to have to wait. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for today's video. So thanks for watching, everybody. God bless each and every one of you. Stay fruity. I'll see you on the next one.